Hello, my name is Sean Hodge. I'm the editor of Freelance Switch. Freelance Switch is a community of expert freelancers from around the world. We have an authority blog, useful forum, and popular job board. We invite you to stop by and share tips with other freelance professionals. Big thanks to Ed for putting together International Freelancers Day, and for everyone for tuning in today and getting involved. I'm super excited to be a part of this. Welcome to How to Profitably Grow Beyond a Business of One. In this session, we'll look at creating a scalable freelance business. You'll step into the role of captain, learn how to build a better freelance starship, install its systems, beam up your crew, then engage. It's time to lead. Develop a freelance captain mentality. Freelancers are known as independent lone wolf types, and many of us identify with this. We may have even jumped into freelancing because we longed for self-reliance. It's a common myth that freelancers work best alone. Why do it all alone? Is that really advantageous? Are there certain tasks you perform regularly that someone else could do faster, cheaper, or even better than you? Of course there are. It's time to consider an option. Should you leave the solo mission to others and start to develop your captain mentality? Captains make decisions and then delegate action to their crew. They are able to implement actions well beyond what they could do on their own, whether it's commanding a starship or leading a freelance business. A captain mindset will get you farther, faster. Many of the most successful freelancers have dedicated crew. This gives these captains access to more billable time, a wider variety of skills, and leads to greater flexibility. It's freed them up to work on their business rather than merely in their business. Freelance captains have more freedom and potential for greater success than freelancers that fly solo. Take a look at how. An individual freelancer can only work so many hours, whereas a freelance captain can lead a crew that work many hours. Similarly, an individual freelancer can only master so many skills, whereas a freelance captain can utilize the skills of many. By becoming a freelance captain, you can leverage the power of other workers' time and skills. You may be wondering what leading a freelance crew looks like, and how this would transform the overall model of your business. Let's take a look. Build your freelance starship. First off, there's nothing wrong with manning a one-man craft. You can earn quite a bit of income and reach a great deal of success on your own. It's good to keep your eyes open for opportunities though, especially if you identify with the captain mindset of leading a team. Business growth is iterative. It's made from a series of small risks taken and successes won. Moving from a one-man operation to captaining a team happens as opportunities present themselves, and you take advantage of them, one by one. A bit of planning will help you identify those opportunities. Some analysis will help you mitigate the risks involved by taking small steps that are likely to be successful. An enterprise level freelance operation doesn't get built overnight. Growth happens one step at a time. Each work you add to your operation slowly transforms your business structure. Let's take a look at what crew you might need for your business. In order to be profitable, it's important to find affordable help. Consider the factors that affect hiring cost. When hiring workers for your freelance business, understand that cost is often tied to level of skill, the tasks they will be performing, and location of workers. Level of skill. A seasoned freelance professional with years of experience will cost more than someone new to their craft. You might consider hiring someone with lots of experience in situations when time is crucial and you have a tight deadline to hit. Otherwise, consider saving costs by hiring someone more affordable. Type of task. If tasks can be performed digitally with clear instructions, little variance, or need for creative thinking or judgment, then you can hire a virtual assistant to take care of it. This has dramatic potential for cost savings. Location of worker. Hiring workers located in areas of the world that have lower standards of living costs can save you tremendous amounts of money. Outsourcing globally, yes, even at the freelance business level, is commonplace today. What does the schematic of your freelance business look like today? What could it look like tomorrow? Have you brought more hands on deck to handle parts of your client projects? Could you imagine doing so? It's okay if the blueprint of your starship still looks a little fuzzy to you. You'll have a clearer picture of what you can construct after we cover a few more details. Let's take a deeper look at tasks that you can outsource, as well as systems and procedures to put in place, which will deliver consistent results from your team. Predictable, quality results are key to building a profitable freelance business and will allow you to scale your venture with confidence. Before we dive into the basics of building procedures and systems for your crew, consider opportunities you could take advantage of right now. Let's look at an example. Let's say you're a web designer. You build custom theme WordPress sites for small businesses, and your niche market is startup companies. Your workflow might look something like this. Land the gig with signed contract, then build the wireframes, design the site in Photoshop, code the HTML CSS, build the custom theme in WordPress, install the final site on the client server, then set up the plugins to project specs. You also need to train the client on using the site, and then you collect the final payment and hand over the final login info to your client. Now take a look at where you could outsource here. Let's say you're like me and enjoy the design side more than the coding. This is an excellent time to look to subcontract or partner with someone to code and build the site in WordPress after you've designed the site in Photoshop. Keep in mind when you do this, you're still responsible for the project. It's still your client and you're still handling the direct client communication. In most cases, the client wouldn't even know if you're building the site yourself or someone working for you is building it. In either case, you're responsible for the project results. The risk you're taking on with doing this is that the site will be delivered to spec and on time to your client. Risk is mitigated by working with someone long term though, as you build experience working together. Past performance is often indicative of future performance. Also, by giving your crew a clear project brief and deadline, as well as putting systems in place to track progress as it moves through the project pipeline, will ensure quality, timely delivery. By having someone else handle some of your workflow, it will allow you to take on more projects, giving you greater potential for more income, while freeing up your time to focus on growing your business. Note that profitability here is a matter of working out the numbers. It's achieved by calculating a project price point with your clients that well exceeds the sum of your costs for outsourcing combined with your time invested as well. If this sounds difficult to you, then you may want to start smaller. For example, try hiring someone to just upload the finished site to your client's server and install the relevant WordPress plugins for the project. This is something a trained VA can handle. This type of task would be affordable and easy to get started with outsourcing. Consider the structure of your client projects. What tasks could you outsource? What tasks do you not enjoy doing? That's often a great place to get started. Benefits of systems. When you handle a project yourself from start to finish, you control the quality hands-on throughout every phase of its development. It can be difficult to learn to rely on others when you're used to working alone. Systems will help you make this leap with more confidence. Unlike people, systems are reliable. Putting in place guidelines and procedures allows you to reduce your hands-on involvement in client projects. Guidelines. They set a foundation for workers to make independent decisions. They give them a strategic framework to work within without having to consult you. Procedures. For tasks that allow for step-by-step instructions, take the time to put them in place. This will allow you to hire someone to do those tasks at a lower cost. Write down guidelines and step-by-step instructions, or record demonstration videos. This will give your crew a clear mission, require little intervention on your part, and lead to a scalable, reliable workflow for your business. Part of your system needs to involve collaboration tools. All files, documents, and information should be organized in one place online and made easy to access for yourself and all members of your team. We're fortunate to be freelancers during a time when there are so many great online collaboration tools. Email is great for communication, but for documenting your guidelines and procedures, I find Google Docs to be a free and incredibly useful online tool. It's also good for managing projects. With spreadsheets, you can track tasks as they are completed. Documents are updated in real time. Whether you use Google Docs or another cloud-based system is up to you, but it's useful to keep your guidelines, procedures, and tracking documents in one central location. Beam up your crew. Now let's take a look at the types of working arrangements we can set up, assess the benefits of building a well-trained team, then look at where to find crew. How you want to structure your business will dictate the type of working agreement you set up. If you charge hourly to your clients, then it might be easier to subcontract work out hourly. There are many options when considering working arrangements, from task-based, project-based, to part-time and dedicated staff. The advantage of hiring a part-time worker is that you are hiring someone in a limited fashion for specific tasks. This makes it easy to manage. Full-time workers, on the other hand, are more likely dedicated to your business, and they give you access to more hours as business opportunities arise. Training your crew. Ideally, the positions or tasks you hire for should be reasonably easy to train new crew members. With guidelines and procedures in place, new crew should get up and running rapidly with as little time investment needed from you as possible. And if you ever need to replace a worker, having all these training materials already created will save you loads of time. I've made the mistake of training new hires using the phone to discuss things too much, as well as instant messaging, rather than creating documents that allow for easy reference, both initially and when needed in the future. After creating training documents, future staff I've trained have gotten up and running quicker with less hands-on time needed from me, which has been really helpful. Where to find crew. Workers are everywhere. Ask for recommendations from people you trust. There are loads of job boards as well as job bidding sites that you can utilize. We have a huge list of sites on Freelance Switch where you can find freelancers for any need you have. Just search in Google for the Monster List of Freelance Job Sites 2011 edition. Also, our Freelance Switch job board is a place to find quality freelancers. It's where you can find new crew members, post a free job ad, and you'll get talented freelance professionals contacting you to discuss your project immediately. Engage. It's time to lead. Part of leading is trusting in your systems. That means that in addition to putting guidelines and procedures in place, it's helpful to have simple ways to track the progress of projects. This can be as easy as having weekly progress reports sent to you, or having your crew track a project as it progresses through the pipeline. It's also important to set expectations for your crew. Be clear how you will evaluate each crew member's performance. Make it a part of your regular checkpoints and overall system. The ideal balance is to have checkpoints, but not too many reports, and not to look over every task your crew completes. That's just a waste of time. Beware of micromanaging. It can stifle an operation, hinder worker performance, lead to turnover, and just slow things down. You need to give your crew enough space to do their job and surprise you with their creative solutions. To boldly go. It may feel like freelancing is a solo mission, but there's a whole ecosystem we can tap into to grow our business, and there are clear advantages to doing so. Is now the time to start focusing on where you add the most value to your business by putting systems you can rely on in place and a crew that will free up your time? Are you ready to captain your freelance starship? Big thanks everybody for tuning in, and thanks to Ed for putting together International Freelancers Day. We invite you to stop by Freelance Switch, find top-notch jobs, or hire professional freelancers on our job board. Share some tips in our forum, or grab the latest freelance information on our blog. Good luck to everyone with growing their freelance businesses. Thanks.